Women rarely spell out exactly what they want, but their actions, subtle hints, and unspoken expectations reveal everything. And here's the kicker, the things they truly crave from you aren't grand declarations or expensive gifts. They're small yet deeply meaningful gestures that showcase care, respect, and attentiveness. The Stoics believed in understanding others through observation and intentional action, traits that are key to building a strong connection with women. In this video, we'll explore 7 powerful things she secretly wants you to do, but will never outright ask for. Stick around until the end, because mastering these subtle moves can transform your relationships. And hey, while you're here, like, subscribe, comment, and share your own experiences below. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Compliment her and gas her up. A well-timed, genuine compliment can mean more to a woman than any extravagant gift. Compliments that come from a place of sincerity make her feel seen, valued, and appreciated, especially for the things she's worked hard on or is particularly proud of. While generic phrases like "you're beautiful" may feel easy to say, they often lack the depth that resonates. Instead, take the time to notice the finer details. Acknowledge her new haircut, appreciate the way she's styled her outfit, or point out her progress at the gym. These small, thoughtful observations carry immense weight because they show that you are genuinely paying attention. From a Stoic perspective, this practice aligns with the principle of observing others with intent and recognizing their virtues. Women naturally seek recognition, but it must come from a place of authenticity and genuine regard. For example, instead of offering a vague remark like "you look nice," elevate your compliment to something like "that dress really highlights your natural confidence." This level of specificity demonstrates attentiveness and appreciation for the unique details that make her who she is. However, it's crucial to avoid empty or excessive flattery. Overloading her with insincere praise can come across as disingenuous and may even undermine the connection you're trying to build. Instead, balance your words with thoughtful actions that reinforce the sentiment behind them. Compliments are most powerful when paired with genuine encouragement. For instance, if she shares her aspirations or recent accomplishments, validate her effort by saying, "I'm genuinely impressed by how hard you've worked on that. It's inspiring to see you go after your goals." This kind of heartfelt acknowledgement not only highlights her strengths, but also reassures her that you're invested in her growth and happiness. Compliments should also reflect an understanding of her personality and values. For example, if she's creative, commend her artistic talents or the originality in her ideas. If she's ambitious, celebrate her drive and determination. This depth of recognition shows that you see her beyond the surface, valuing her for both her external beauty and internal qualities. What's equally important is how your compliments contribute to her sense of self-worth. When delivered authentically, they act as a form of emotional support, boosting her confidence in ways that resonate deeply. She may not openly seek such praise, but when you offer it in the right moments, it leaves a lasting impression. Complimenting her efforts, her thoughtfulness, or her unique traits makes her feel cherished and understood, things every woman appreciates in a partner. Remember, meaningful compliments are about building a deeper connection, not just scoring points. They reflect your ability to notice the details that others overlook and your willingness to celebrate her individuality. It's not about saying what she wants to hear, but about expressing what you genuinely admire. Whether it's her sense of humor, her resilience, or the way she carries herself, these observations create moments of intimacy and mutual respect. Ultimately, compliments are an art form. Done thoughtfully and sparingly, they act as powerful bridges, fostering trust and admiration. A well-placed compliment, combined with the actions to back it up, tells her she's more than just seen, she's deeply valued. And when she feels that from you, it strengthens your bond in ways that words alone could never achieve. Chapter 2. Chivalry isn't dead. Modern dating might downplay traditional gestures, but acts of chivalry continue to leave a lasting impression. Despite evolving gender dynamics, women still want to feel cared for and valued, even if they never explicitly voice it. Simple actions, like opening doors, offering your arm while walking, or ensuring she gets home safely, convey a level of respect and attentiveness that words alone cannot. These gestures might seem small, but their impact is profound, creating a sense of security and thoughtfulness that lingers long after the moment has passed. In a world that often prioritizes convenience over effort, taking the time to show chivalry speaks volumes about your character and priorities. The Stoics taught that true virtue lies in leading by example and treating others with dignity and respect. Acts of chivalry are not about trying to win approval or seeking validation, but rather about showcasing your integrity and strength of character. For instance, walking her to her door after a date may seem like a minor gesture, but it reflects attentiveness, care, and a sense of responsibility, all qualities that align with a deeply grounded and principled individual. These gestures not only demonstrate your reliability, but also create moments that show her she's cherished and worth the effort. Consistency is the cornerstone of meaningful gestures. It's not enough to practice chivalry sporadically or just during the honeymoon phase of a relationship. When chivalry becomes a natural extension of your behavior, it demonstrates that you value her not only in fleeting moments, but also as a constant priority in your life. Consider this: she may never directly ask you to pull out her chair, but doing so unprompted communicates your thoughtfulness and respect without a single word. Over time, this consistency builds a sense of security and stability in the relationship, showing her that your care is genuine and enduring. These gestures also create a foundation of trust. When you consistently exhibit care and respect, she feels secure in the relationship. It's not about grandiose displays or over-the-top acts of generosity. It's the quiet, everyday moments that speak volumes. Paying attention to her comfort, offering her your jacket on a chilly evening, or taking an interest in her safety when she's out late subtly show that you value her well-being. Actions like these demonstrate that you're tuned into her needs and willing to go the extra mile to ensure her happiness and safety. Chivalry isn't about putting her on a pedestal or trying to outdo others. Instead, it's about showing up as your best self, someone who prioritizes kindness, respect, and reliability. This kind of consistency reinforces that you are dependable, a quality every woman admires in a partner. It's about creating a dynamic where she feels valued and respected, not because of grand gestures, but through the steady presence of your care. In today's world, where many overlook these timeless gestures, being chivalrous sets you apart and creates a deeper emotional connection that's built to last. Ultimately, chivalry is less about performing and more about being. When you adopt these gestures authentically and with genuine care, they enrich your interactions and strengthen the bond between you. It's not just about opening doors, it's about opening hearts, building trust, and fostering a relationship rooted in mutual respect and admiration. The ripple effects of these seemingly simple acts go far beyond the moment, leaving an impression that builds trust, deepens connection, and lays the foundation for a partnership grounded in enduring respect and love. Chapter 3: Make her feel special and validated. Every woman wants to feel like she's the most important person in your world, but she'll rarely, if ever, demand it outright. It's the small, consistent acts of validation, complimenting her beauty, acknowledging her intelligence, or appreciating her unique quirks, that can deeply solidify emotional intimacy. These gestures of appreciation show her that you truly see her for who she is, and that you value her in a way that sets her apart from everyone else. The Stoics emphasized the importance of nurturing meaningful relationships through actions and words. Marcus Aurelius spoke about affirming the bonds between people, understanding that reassurance and kindness strengthen emotional connections. Applying this principle, don't just tell her she's special, show it. Send her a thoughtful text out of the blue, like, Just wanted to say I've been thinking about how amazing you looked last night, or you handled the work presentation like a pro, I'm so impressed. These seemingly small moments of recognition stay with her and reinforce how much you care. Beyond compliments, go deeper into recognizing her individuality. If she has a quirky habit, like always needing her coffee a certain way or obsessively organizing her desk, don't tease her about it. Instead, highlight it as something you find endearing. For example, say, "I love how you pay attention to the little details. It's such a rare quality." Validation is about making her feel uniquely valued, and that requires tuning into the nuances of her personality. Actions speak just as loudly as words, if not louder. Celebrate her successes, big or small, as if they're your own. If she gets a promotion or achieves a fitness goal, be the first to cheer her on. Plan a dinner to celebrate her milestones or write her a note saying how proud you are. These thoughtful actions demonstrate that you're invested in her happiness and personal growth. However, it's important to strike a balance. Validation shouldn't turn into overindulgence. Constantly showering her with compliments can come across as insincere or even overwhelming. Instead, aim for authenticity in your words and actions. A well-timed, heartfelt compliment means more than a barrage of empty flattery. For instance, if she's wearing something that genuinely catches your eye, let her know, "That color looks amazing on you, it really brings out your eyes." The key is to ensure your words feel genuine and meaningful. One of the most powerful forms of validation is showing her that you believe in her, especially when she doubts herself. If she's nervous about an upcoming challenge, like a big presentation or a personal project, offer words of encouragement that are rooted in her past accomplishments. Say something like, "I know you've got this. You've handled even bigger challenges before, and I've seen you come out stronger every time." This blend of support and confidence in her abilities not only reassures her, but also motivates her to push forward. Validation doesn't always have to be verbal. Simple, thoughtful gestures can go a long way. If she's mentioned feeling stressed, surprise her with her favorite snack or a playlist of relaxing songs you've put together for her. If she's feeling down about her appearance, remind her how beautiful she is, and not just through words, but through the way you look at her. Subtle cues, like giving her your full attention when she speaks or holding her hand in public, reinforce her importance in your life without requiring constant verbal affirmations. The Stoics believed in leading by example, and this applies to how you validate her as well. If you want her to feel special, treat her in a way that reflects her value. This could mean prioritizing quality time with her, even if you have a busy schedule, or making an effort to support her goals, even if they don't align perfectly with your own interests. These actions show her that she's not just an afterthought, but a central part of your life. Another important aspect of making her feel validated is actively listening to her. When she's sharing her thoughts, feelings, or concerns, give her your undivided attention. Put your phone away, maintain eye contact, and respond thoughtfully. Listening is one of the most underrated but powerful ways to show someone they matter. When she feels heard, she'll also feel valued and understood. Finally, remember that validation is about creating a sense of security and trust. It's not just about making her feel good in the moment, but fostering a deeper emotional connection that withstands challenges. This involves consistency, showing her that she's special not just when things are easy, but also when times are tough. For instance, if she's struggling with self-doubt or insecurity, remind her of her strengths and how much she means to you. Say something like, "I don't just love the amazing things you do, I love who you are, even on the days you don't feel like yourself." Making her feel special and validated requires effort, but it's a cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. When she feels like she's seen, valued, and supported, it not only deepens her trust and affection, but also creates a bond that stands out in a world where genuine appreciation is often rare. By combining thoughtful words, consistent actions, and authentic support, you can make her feel truly cherished without her ever needing to ask for it. Chapter 4. Sacrifice for her comfort. When she's cold, offer her your jacket. When she's tired, let her take the last available seat. These small but significant sacrifices speak volumes about where your priorities lie. A woman may never directly ask you to inconvenience yourself for her, but when you do so voluntarily, it sends a powerful message: she's worth it. These gestures, while seemingly minor, resonate deeply, making her feel valued, cared for, and secure. The Stoics emphasized selflessness and the importance of prioritizing the well-being of others. In relationships, this translates into small, thoughtful sacrifices that reflect your willingness to put her needs above your own comfort. For example, if it's raining and you only have one umbrella, ensuring she stays dry while you get wet might seem like a small act, but it's the kind of moment that stays with her. It's not about heroics, but about creating a sense of safety and trust in the relationship. Sacrifice for her comfort isn't limited to physical gestures. It extends to emotional and situational support. For instance, if she's stressed about work or life, offer to step in and help ease her burden. It could be as simple as running an errand she's been dreading or cooking her favorite meal to take her mind off things. These acts of care demonstrate your attentiveness and willingness to invest in her happiness. In a broader sense, sacrificing for her comfort also means being present when it matters most. If she's facing a tough time, rearranging your plans to be there for her shows her that she's a priority. This could mean skipping a night out with friends to keep her company when she's feeling down, or even taking time to listen when she needs to vent. These moments of presence and effort communicate a deeper level of commitment. One key to making these sacrifices meaningful is authenticity. True sacrifice isn't about putting on a show or expecting something in return. It's about acting from a place of genuine care. For example, don't give her your jacket just to hear her praise you for it. Do it because you genuinely want her to feel comfortable and warm. Women can sense when gestures are insincere, and anything done with an ulterior motive will fall flat. Sometimes, these small sacrifices also require letting go of ego or pride. If she's had a bad day and snaps at you, responding with patience and understanding rather than defensiveness is a form of sacrifice, too. It's about putting her feelings ahead of your immediate reactions, creating space for empathy and connection. Additionally, sacrificing for her comfort doesn't mean neglecting your own needs or boundaries. It's important to strike a balance where your gestures come from a healthy and sustainable place. For example, if you're always the one giving, it's okay to occasionally step back and let her reciprocate. Relationships thrive on mutual effort, and part of showing care is allowing her to do the same for you when the time comes. Sacrifices can also involve anticipating her needs without her having to ask. If she's been talking about how she struggles with carrying heavy grocery bags, surprising her by picking them up for her one day shows thoughtfulness. If she's had a particularly long day, preparing her favorite snack and setting up a cozy movie night can be the perfect way to show you're thinking about her comfort. These thoughtful acts create a sense of partnership and interdependence. They show her that she's not alone and that you're willing to take on some of the weight she carries, literally and figuratively. Over time, these small gestures accumulate, building a reservoir of trust and affection that strengthens the relationship. Another way to practice this is by putting her preferences first in shared activities. If she's been wanting to try a specific restaurant or see a certain movie, going along with her choice, even if it's not your first pick, is a subtle but impactful form of sacrifice. It shows her that her happiness is important to you and that you're willing to compromise for her satisfaction. Ultimately, these sacrifices are not about grand displays, but about creating an environment where she feels consistently cared for and appreciated. They're about the everyday, seemingly mundane moments where you choose her comfort and happiness over your own. For instance, if you're both tired, but there's only one comfortable spot to sit, offering it to her is a small but meaningful way to show love and care. The Stoics believed in the value of actions over words, and this philosophy is at the heart of sacrificing for her comfort. By prioritizing her well-being in these small but significant ways, you create a dynamic of trust and connection that words alone cannot achieve. It's through these quiet, consistent gestures that she'll come to see you as someone she can rely on, someone who truly values her. In the end, these sacrifices are not just about making her happy, but about building a foundation of mutual respect and love. When she sees that you're willing to put her comfort ahead of your own, she'll feel a deeper sense of affection and appreciation for you, fostering a stronger and more fulfilling bond between you both. Chapter 5. Share and engage in her world. One of the simplest yet most meaningful ways to connect with a woman is by showing genuine interest in her world. Women deeply appreciate when you take the time to understand and engage with the things that make them happy, even if those things might seem trivial or different from your own interests. Whether it's her favorite hobbies, her go-to TV shows, or her unique quirks, immersing yourself in her passions tells her that her happiness and individuality matter to you. The Stoics valued connection and understanding, seeing shared experiences as key to building meaningful relationships. While you don't have to love everything she loves, your willingness to explore her world speaks volumes. For instance, if she's into a particular type of music, take the time to listen to her favorite playlist. Ask her why she loves it and let her share her enthusiasm. Even if it's not your usual taste, this act of listening and engaging shows her that you respect her preferences. Engaging in her world isn't about feigned interest or doing something begrudgingly. It's about finding joy in seeing her light up. For example, if she loves shopping but you've always dreaded it, look at it differently. Instead of focusing on how long it might take, focus on how happy she feels when she finds the perfect outfit or item. Offer thoughtful feedback or simply enjoy the time spent together, making it an opportunity to bond. If she has hobbies or activities she's passionate about, take it a step further by participating. If she loves painting, suggest doing a paint night together. If she's into yoga, join her for a session, even if you're a total beginner. These moments not only create shared memories, but also give her the feeling that you're willing to step into her world and make an effort. Take note of the little things she enjoys or talks about often. For instance, if she's a fan of a specific TV show or movie franchise, surprise her by watching a few episodes or movies on your own time. Then, bring it up in conversation, showing her that you were curious enough to explore it independently. Ask her questions about the characters or storylines and genuinely listen to her thoughts. This kind of attention to detail shows that you care deeply about her interests and want to share them with her. The key to making this truly impactful is enthusiasm. Don't just go through the motions or act as though you're doing her a favor. Be present, attentive, and curious. If you're watching her favorite TV show together, avoid distractions and focus on the moment. If she's explaining her favorite hobby, ask insightful questions or compliment her dedication and skills. This not only fosters intimacy, but also creates a sense of mutual respect and admiration. Engaging in her world doesn't mean losing yourself or abandoning your interests. It's about striking a balance. You can introduce her to your passions while also embracing hers. This creates a dynamic of mutual sharing where both of you feel equally valued and understood. If she sees you putting effort into her world, she'll naturally feel inspired to do the same for you. Remember that even small acts can make a big difference. If she loves cooking, join her in the kitchen and help with a meal. If she enjoys reading, ask her about her favorite books and discuss them. These simple gestures show her that you see and appreciate the unique aspects of who she is. On a deeper level, participating in her world allows you to learn more about her values, dreams, and personality. It's not just about the activity itself, it's about the connection it fosters. When she sees you taking the time to understand her world, she'll feel a sense of closeness and trust that goes beyond surface-level interactions. Finally, don't underestimate the power of surprising her by stepping into her interests without being prompted. If she's mentioned wanting to try a new restaurant or activity, take the lead and plan it. If she's been talking about a hobby she wants to revisit, surprise her by getting supplies or setting aside time for it. These moments show her that you're not just passively participating, you're actively thinking about how to make her feel appreciated. Sharing and engaging in her world isn't about changing who you are, it's about building a bridge between your two lives. The Stoics believed that true connection comes from understanding and shared experiences, and this principle applies perfectly here. By taking the time to immerse yourself in her passions, you show her that her happiness matters to you, creating a bond that's grounded in respect, curiosity, and care. And when she feels this level of attention and appreciation, it deepens the connection in ways words alone never could. Chapter 6. Surprise her thoughtfully. Surprising someone doesn't have to be about grand displays or dramatic gestures. In fact, it's often the small, meaningful surprises that leave the most lasting impressions. Women love to feel seen, appreciated, and understood, and a thoughtful surprise is one of the best ways to show you've been paying attention to her needs and desires. Start with simple, unexpected acts. If she's been rushing through her mornings, drop off her favorite coffee or pastry at her workplace. If she mentioned how much she misses a particular dish her grandmother used to make, take the time to find a recipe and cook it for her. These gestures don't just show that you're thoughtful, they demonstrate that you're listening and genuinely invested in her happiness. The Stoics valued deeds over words, believing that actions reveal the depth of one's character. Thoughtful surprises embody this principle perfectly. They convey care and attention without needing to be vocalized. For example, if she's been complaining about feeling overwhelmed, plan a relaxing evening to help her unwind. Prepare her favorite meal, set up a cozy spot with blankets and her favorite movie, and let her decompress without needing to lift a finger. What makes surprises impactful is their personal nature. They shouldn't be generic but tailored to her personality and preferences. If she's mentioned wanting to visit a particular park or trying out a new hobby, take the initiative to plan it for her. A surprise doesn't have to be costly, it just needs to reflect that you've been listening and thinking about her. For instance, if she's been talking about wanting to read more, surprise her with a book from her favorite author or a novel in a genre she loves. Slip a handwritten note inside the cover saying why you thought she'd enjoy it. This simple act blends thoughtfulness with a personal touch, making it much more meaningful than a generic gift. Sometimes, the best surprises are those that add value to her daily life. If she's had a particularly hectic week, surprise her by tidying up her space or running errands she's been putting off. Imagine how relieved she'll feel when she comes home to find her to-do list significantly shorter, all because you took the initiative to make her life a little easier. Surprises also don't always have to be material. A spontaneous date night can be just as impactful. For example, plan an evening walk to watch the sunset or stargaze at a quiet spot she loves. These intimate moments, filled with simplicity and thoughtfulness, create memories she'll cherish. Timing is everything when it comes to surprises. They should feel organic, not calculated. Avoid surprising her during a stressful moment or when she's busy with other commitments. The goal is to enhance her day, not add pressure or disrupt her routine. If you planned a special dinner, make sure it aligns with her schedule. If you want to surprise her with an outing, pick a time when she's free and able to fully enjoy it. Consistency in small, thoughtful gestures creates a pattern that keeps the relationship fresh and engaging. It's not about doing something big every once in a while, but about making her feel valued regularly. Imagine leaving her little notes in unexpected places, like her purse or car, reminding her how amazing she is. These tiny moments of thoughtfulness add up, making her feel consistently appreciated. Surprising her doesn't mean neglecting your own needs or going overboard to please her. It's about striking a balance where the surprises are genuine expressions of your care. If she loves flowers, pick up a bouquet on a random day, not just on special occasions. The unpredictability of these gestures makes them even more impactful. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of listening when planning surprises. Sometimes, she might casually mention something she loves or wishes for in passing. By acting on these cues, you show her that you truly hear her. For instance, if she says she misses a childhood treat or wishes she could revisit a favorite spot from her past, bring it to life for her. Thoughtful surprises aren't about extravagance or showmanship. They're about making her feel cherished and understood in ways she didn't even realize she wanted. These acts not only strengthen your bond, but also create a dynamic where she feels safe, valued, and deeply connected to you. By incorporating small surprises into your relationship, you show her through action, something the Stoics deeply valued, that she holds a special place in your life. In a world where people often forget to appreciate the little things, your thoughtful surprises will stand out as acts of love and care she'll never forget. Chapter 7. Take initiative to care for her. Women often value actions over words, especially when it comes to feeling cared for. Taking initiative in showing care demonstrates attentiveness, thoughtfulness, and emotional intelligence, qualities that are crucial for deepening trust and connection. It's not just about waiting for her to express her needs, it's about anticipating them and stepping up to make her life easier and more enjoyable. If she frequently cooks for you, surprise her by taking charge of dinner one evening. Even if you're not a culinary expert, the effort alone speaks volumes. Cook something simple or order her favorite takeout, setting the table thoughtfully to create an atmosphere that shows her she's appreciated. It's not about perfection, it's about intent. Beyond meals, consider how you can lighten her load in other areas. If she's overwhelmed with errands, offer to take care of a few for her. If her car needs a wash or an oil change, handle it without her asking. These small acts of service communicate that you're not just a bystander in her life, but an active participant who pays attention to her struggles and wants to ease them. The Stoics emphasized proactive living, encouraging individuals to act for the benefit of others without expecting anything in return. This principle applies perfectly here. Caregiving isn't about expecting gratitude or reciprocation, it's about showing her that you're dependable and selfless. For instance, if she's had a particularly rough day at work, draw her a bath, light some candles, and set up a quiet space for her to unwind. Even something as simple as pouring her a glass of wine and letting her vent without interruption can make a significant impact. Taking initiative extends beyond physical actions. It includes emotional support too. Pay attention to her moods and unspoken cues. If she seems stressed, ask her about her day in a way that encourages her to open up. Sometimes, just being a good listener can be the care she didn't realize she needed. Offer words of encouragement or share a comforting perspective to help her process her feelings. Consistency is key. Grand gestures are nice, but they're fleeting. What truly matters is showing up day after day in small, meaningful ways. For example, if you notice she's been pushing herself too hard, encourage her to take a break and plan a relaxing weekend together. This proactive approach not only demonstrates that you care, but also shows that you're paying attention to her well-being, which strengthens emotional intimacy. This kind of attentiveness doesn't require her to explicitly ask for help, which is often what she deeply desires. Many women won't vocalize their needs because they don't want to feel like a burden. By recognizing this and acting without prompting, you create a safe space where she feels valued and supported. Taking initiative to care for her also builds a sense of partnership. When she sees that you're willing to share responsibilities and prioritize her comfort, it reinforces the idea that you're a team. It's no longer about you and her, it becomes about us. This unity fosters trust and deepens the bond between you. Remember, this isn't about grandiosity. It's about thoughtful, consistent effort. Whether it's bringing her coffee in bed on a lazy Sunday morning, leaving a sticky note on her mirror with an encouraging message, or simply making sure her favorite snacks are stocked in the pantry, these seemingly small actions collectively create a profound impact. Taking the reins in caregiving might also inspire her to reciprocate, but that's not the point. The real win is the trust and appreciation you cultivate by showing her she can rely on you. The Stoics believed in leading by example, and this is a perfect opportunity to embody that philosophy. By demonstrating selflessness and attentiveness, you create a dynamic where both of you feel supported and cherished. Ultimately, taking initiative isn't just about her, it's also about you becoming a more thoughtful, proactive individual. In doing so, you not only strengthen your relationship, but also grow as a person, aligning with the Stoic ideal of living with purpose and integrity. By consistently showing care in both big and small ways, you create a foundation of love and trust that stands the test of time. What women truly want is simpler than you think: care, respect, and attention to the details of their lives. By embodying Stoic principles of intentionality and observation, you can show her these things without waiting for her to ask. Master these moves, and you'll not only make her feel valued, but create a relationship dynamic built on mutual admiration and effort. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share your story in the comments below. Let's continue this journey together.